God bless you. I'm Pastor Ernest. Thank you for tuning in to 5 Minutes of Faith today. I pray that your day is going well. I pray that you're experiencing the power and the presence of the Lord and that things are working together for your good. And by the way, they are, because the Word of God lets us know that if you love God, things always work together for our good. I've been talking about Abraham, just really looking at Abraham in action, using his faith, applying the things that he has within him in order to receive what God would have for him to get. And again, Abraham is on this journey with God, where God is saying, hey, Abraham, I'm calling you unto myself. I want to do great things with you. I'm going to make you a blessing, and I'm going to cause you to just be blessed everywhere you go. So it's a tremendous story of faith as Abraham is going out and doing what God would tell him to do. A part of the story of Abraham is in Genesis chapter 13. And I thought about this part of the story because in Genesis chapter 13, Abraham has already began to be blessed. I mean, he's got great number of cattle, livestock. I mean, things are just going on for Abraham, and he's got his nephew Lot there with him. And because Lot is associated with him, Lot's life is being blessed as well. By the way, just because when you have this type of faith that Abraham has, it causes people around you to be blessed. And people don't even understand that they're being blessed because you're in their lives, because you have that faith to believe God. But anyway, let me get back to Abraham. Abraham had this incredible things that were happening for him. Lot was being blessed. Abraham was being blessed. But because there was so much that they were receiving, Abraham's servants and Lot's servants began to kind of get at odds against each other. Because, when it's time to water the livestock and stuff, Abraham's servants were trying to water theirs, Lot's servants were trying to water theirs. And so you got all this stuff that was going on and happening. And so there was kind of some division that was going on. So what Abraham decides to do, because Abraham has faith in God, Abraham decides to go to his nephew and say, hey, nephew, you choose what land that you want to go to. And whichever way that you go, I'll go the other way. Now, this takes incredible faith. You got to think about this just for one moment. This takes incredible faith because Abraham had such a belief in the God that he serves that regardless of which way he goes, he knows that God is going to be with him and that God is going to prosper him. Come on now. What we may have done is we may have said to our nephew or whatever, I'll go this way. Let me choose first. But Abraham, because he knew that he was chosen by God, that he said, hey, you go your way, you choose which way you go, and then whatever way you don't go, I'll go. So this is incredible faith that Abraham has. Now check out what happens in the story. Lot decides, he looks out, over the land and looks out where there's well-watered land, and Lot says, I'm going to go that way. Now, Abraham could immediately say, hold up, wait a minute. You trying to use me, or you trying to abuse me here. But again, Abraham had faith in God. His faith said, okay, Lot, you go to the well-watered land. I'll go to the dry land, but still my God has the ability to sustain me. Here's what I want you to understand today, that even when the conditions in your life change, because Abraham, they are on this great piece of property, they're being blessed, things are happening for them, but the conditions change because he allows his nephew to go one way, he has to go another way. Even when the conditions change, Abraham had faith that God was going to sustain him. I don't know what may be going on with you. There may be some things where you see conditions in your life change. Maybe you had to change job. Maybe there's something happening in your family. Maybe there's something happening in your surroundings where you see the conditions changing. But even though the conditions have changed, you still got to say, I don't care which way I have to go. I still trust God, and I still believe God, that God is going to sustain me. You know the rest of the story. Abraham went his way, and God still prospered him. God still blessed him. Things still came into his life. And I prophesy to you today. I don't know what your conditions, what has happened that has changed in your life, but God is still going to prosper you. He's still going to bless you. Great things are still going to occur. This is the faith that you've got to have. And if you have it, you will see your blessings be manifested. God bless you. I'll see you again next time on 5 Minutes of Faith.